जलसाए सालाना के सामान के दिन है, अल्लाह से कुछ वादा पैमान के दिन है.
All right, we continue here live from the MTA studios here. It is day 2 of the USA Jalsa from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm Adnan Burke. Great to have you with us, and so far we've been delighted to have so many wonderful guests sharing their stories and sharing their experience so far from Jalsa and why it's been such a spiritual, uplifting experience. Two guys will also continue with those stories right now. Joining us here in the studio is it's Abu Bakr and Luqman here. Thank you very much, brothers, for being here. We were warming each other up before we actually are now going live now with some really good stories, which we'll tell those stories another time. But first off, for you, Brother Abu Bakr, what's the Jalsa experience been like for you so far?
Well, this Jalsa, every Jalsa is a little bit different. And now that I'm older, the thing that has impressed me the most is as I see my older brothers, you know, and I see the change in them, the love and the affection. So if I had one word to sum it up, I would say love and affection.
Brother Luqman, how about for yourself?
Absolutely, I agree with him totally. It's the camaraderie, seeing old friends again, being reunited with them again.
Yeah.
That's the heart of it.
I always find the speeches can be very powerful too. Yes. I mean, is there a speech that stood out to you so far, one you're looking forward to?
You know, I'm so glad you asked me that. Brother Junaid Latif.
Yeah.
I knew his mother, and the speech that he gave was the epitome of testimony of a son about his mother and his father, and it was the advice that I would give to my son. What I think anybody who was in the audience and heard that speech, it had to move you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that brother is the symbol of how an Ahmadi family should raise a son.
Did you have the pleasure hearing that speech as well, Brother Luqman?
Yes, I did. It was an excellent speech. Very much.
I was also thinking about the speech earlier about Latinos in America and like the impact of Ahmadis trying to target that. And you hear some of those numbers, and you talk about tabligh and spreading the message of Islam, spreading the message of Ahmadiyya. 54 million Latinos, Brother Luqman, in this country. That seems like that's a real well you can start to tap to try to spread the message as well.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, one of the brothers that came with me from Las Vegas, who's a new convert.
Wow.
He is Hispanic.
Right.
And it was enjoyable for him to hear the need. Now they're trying to get him to go to Mexico.
Right.
So,
I was going to say, just tap that entire market, get 100 million there to worry about. What is it like? You're from Las Vegas. I always find it interesting. I think for a lot of people on a national level, they think about the Jamaat, they know about the Jalsa here, major cities like DC or New York or Los Angeles. What's the Jamaat like in Las Vegas for Ahmadis?
very positive. We have about 75 members, and we have a mosque now. So we're fully established. And a lot of tabligh and so forth happening there.
Right.
Very, very nice.
How do you deal with the heat in the summer?
That's a different story. It took me about 11 years to get used to the heat.
Yeah. I know it's a dry heat, but it's 120 is still 120.
Yeah, true.
But you know heat too, Abu Bakr, being from St. Louis.
Right.
The humidity in St. Louis in the Midwest is also another challenge as well.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the weather.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to waste time to talk about the St. Louis weather, because everybody who's been to St. Louis in the summertime, you just soaked, you know.
Yeah. But the Jamaat in St. Louis is still very prosperous.
We have a active Jamaat, and I think I'll take this opportunity to say that the St. Louis Mosque sits hard on Highway 70.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know Highway 70 runs all the way from Pennsylvania all the way almost to California.
Wow.
So every day, hundreds of thousands of cars pass by our mosque, and they see the mosque, they see the minaret, and so we believe that there are different Jamaats who have said the sun, the prophecy about the sun of Islam will rise in the West.
Right.
And other mosques have made that claim that they're the symbol. But we believe that because of the Gateway Arch.
Yes, I love the arch.
The Gateway Arch is where people from the east, when they wanted to go west, that is the symbolism of the arch. Because they would come to St. Louis and then head west. So we believe that St. Louis Masjid is the symbol of the sun rising of Islam, rising in the West. We claim that.
I was gonna say, that's pretty cool. I think there's some merit to that. That's not just an empty claim.
No, that's right.
What's the message, Brother Luqman, you'd like to pass on to those who are unable to make the USA Jalsa? What would you like them to know that you're taking part in this week?
Well, basically, the overall effect that it has upon you as an individual. Being here, like you said, to hear the speeches and to be a part of what is happening right now today.
Right.
That the love, the camaraderie, just meeting people you haven't seen in years, and that overall effect that it has upon you as an individual, the positiveness, the reinforcements of your faith, and so forth.
And Brother Bakr, we know, as a nation sometimes it can be challenging. People can be very polarizing with their politics. There's racial issues sometimes we've seen, especially in the last year, flare up. What is the message you'd like to see that was passed out here today?
The message that Ahmadiyya Islam gives to the world is that the best among us is not the white or the black or the Chinese, but the best among us is that person, he or she, who is most righteous. And this is the overriding message of Islam and Ahmadiyya, that develop righteousness in your life. And as we heard today, and as I bear witness, it's not easy. And this motto, love for all, hatred for none, very easy to roll off the lips, it sounds wonderful. Very difficult to practice. But it is what humanity has to develop and need in this time that we live in.
Now, that is well said. And I think oftentimes, especially in a society like ours, it's capitalism and people can be materialistic, and we're all privy to that at some point. Somebody wants a nicer car, somebody wants a nicer television.
I'd like a nicer car.
I was going to say, we'll take that along with having that faith and that type of spirituality. But thank you guys both for coming. How many years have you been attending the USA Jalsa?
Since 1984.
Brother Luqman?
1981.
That's unbelievable.
But I met him when I went to St. Louis.
Okay.
And they were building the mosque at the time.
Yeah.
And he took me out for lunch,
91.
showed me, 1981 for me.
81?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to say, time flies when you're having fun. You met him there at the
Yeah, I
St.
met
Louis
him there,
Mosque?
yes, at the building of the mosque, yes.
I was going to say, talk about catching up with old friends. It's
Right.
great to see you guys still united in that brotherhood.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank
Brother
you.
Abu Bakr,
Thank you.
Brother Luqman, thank you so much.
फिर जलसाए सालाना के सामान के दिन है अल्लाह से कुछ